Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Marketing Brew. I'm Rashi, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host TJ.
Hi guys, I hope you've all been doing really well, and we're back again with another episode for this podcast. It's called Busting Marketing Myths. It's actually one of my favorite topics to talk about whenever I meet someone from marketing or someone who's willing to learn marketing. Actually, they always have this misconception of several myths we have listed down for you, and we're going to be talking about it. So I'll just pass it over to Rashi to go ahead first.
Yeah, well, there's so many misconceptions like TJ just mentioned, and they're always so interesting because everybody has a different viewpoint when it comes to these strategies or misconceptions in our language in the world of marketing. So I guess without wasting any more time, let's just dive straight into those. And I would like to begin with my personal favorite, which he knows is more traffic always means more sales. When you hear somebody say this, what is the first thought that comes to your mind?
Absolutely not true. It's just that traffic could mean several things. It could be engagement. It could be like, for example, someone misclicked your link and it opened, and the pixels or any other services that you use, they still count as traffic. So it doesn't always mean that it's gonna be sales.
Yeah, and when it comes to the number of people visiting your website or the overall traffic for your brand, it could be a company or it could be a shopping website. You really have to look over at the quality of the people of your traffic as opposed to the quantity. So let's say if there was like a local bakery as a business, right? So what do you think? If they are doing a post and the post is going viral suddenly, then I don't really think it's going to affect their sales, right? Because people are only coming in from the local areas, and even though I could be sitting in a foreign country and really craving their delicious chocolate muffins, there's not much I could do about it.
That's true, unless you're visiting them. But yeah, because if you're a small place and you're marketing all over worldwide, it's actually given that there's going to be a lot of traffic. But is that traffic actually helping your sales? I don't think so.
Well, that's a question every marketer has to always ask themselves. And this is great because this brings us to the second myth.
Yeah, that is social media is only for brand awareness.
It is so not.
Yeah.
It is so not.
Yeah. There are so many naive marketers who claim that, and we are not one of them. That's why we're here to bust this myth for you. I think that social media can be for anything actually. It could be for conversions, it could be for engagement, especially engagement, because brand awareness is okay. This is another point. Brand awareness and engagement are two different things. Brand awareness is just someone going to your website, but actually liking, commenting, and sharing all those posts is what engagement is. So social media can be used for that as well, but they're always linked to brand awareness. Not true.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. I think social media is the biggest tool of empowerment for anybody and everyone out there, whether they have a business or whether they're trying to grow themselves, maybe like an influencer, so they are their own brand in that sense. But I think it's good for tracking your return on investment. It's good for tracking how much of that traffic is actually converting into transactional traffic, meaning how many people are coming up to your website, purchasing from you, or interested in purchasing from you in the future. So yeah, it's all of those great things combined. And you know what? One of the most important forms of social media that has developed in the few years and is also it's not that popular anymore is linked to our third marketing myth, which is email marketing is dead.
So
that's not true, right? Have you used email marketing recently?
Yeah, I'm still using it, and it develops and delivers like great results. I have never found a problem with email marketing, even in this day and age. Like people always any time of the day will open like their emails and still see them. So there's a good chance that if you're emailing the right audience at the right time, they might open your email.
Oh, they're definitely going to respond to that email. Who doesn't love a good discount coupon, right? And here's another thing. So I have observed that people often fail in email marketing, and it has converted into such a misconception of not being successful because people are not doing their homework right. So when you are doing email marketing, you want to make sure that you are reaching out to the right audience in the right way with the right kind of content.
Yeah, so there was this guy in my previous company who used to just jot down 100 emails randomly from LinkedIn.
That's not gonna work, right?
Just because he was told to do his job of collecting emails, so he would just randomly jot down several LinkedIn random emails, and Whenever we used to email them, no results.
Oh yeah.
In that case, email marketing is very dead, but that's not the right way to do email marketing as well. So that myth is.
Yeah, I think if an email like that comes to me, straight to spam, straight trash. I mean, for sure. So if I'm reaching out to my customers who are interested in a certain line of clothing, then I have to make sure that my email is customized to their needs, to what they're looking for, and that's the only way I'm going to, convince these people to visit my website through an email, because they might have shown interest in a newsletter at some point of time.
That's true, actually. With the email as well, people put so many things in the email that are not necessary.
Oh my god, it looks like a news channel. There's so much stuff happening on there. It's so visually crowded.
Actually, yes, and that brings me to my fourth myth. That's the more features, the better.
That is not true. I don't like that at all. I think our world is difficult, and there are problems out there because we overcomplicate things as humans, and we can link that directly to the world of marketing. I think social media marketers are just making it more difficult for themselves by overpopulating their campaigns, their strategies, their posts. I mean, just do the bare minimum. You have to follow the signs and the colors of marketing. Maybe use a bold font, use as less words as possible, use those keywords. Try to keep your phrases catchy and try to get that attention that you want, instead of just trying to pour everything in one graphic, in one slide. So what do you think?
That's what I've been thinking about. Exactly, that happens to this day and age at a large scale, not even just like at a minimal scale. I see so many campaigns just like crowded with different fonts, 10 fonts in one post. It doesn't make sense. It's very hard to read as audiences. Have you seen, like, for example, Apple's marketing? They use only one small font all over their campaigns, and it works wonderfully.
Their story is the real captivating point of all of the campaigns. So they really invest that time and energy into building a story behind one product or one feature, and that's about it. Did you see the recent campaign from IKEA?
Yeah, I did actually.
Oh my god, can you imagine, guys, that campaign went viral on a platform such as LinkedIn. Now that platform is a professional platform, and that's the last place you would expect a campaign to go viral. They were just trying to show that we have a summer sale going on. Your dog just hit the table, he broke a few glasses, so now you have to visit IKEA and you have to get a pack of 4 glasses. They're on sale, only $5, so here you go. It's simple and it works.
The concept of less is more also works here. Which brings me to my fifth marketing myth, that is, big budgets always guarantee success.
It does not. I don't think, again, I'm going to link you to the same example because it's one of my favorite campaigns recently. I don't think IKEA spent a ton of money on that campaign.
It's all organic, so I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is you have to tap into your demographics, emotional aspect. You have to see what they're actually looking for. Build the story, do your research, and I think all of these are indispensable resources.
Yeah.
You already have a team that can work for this, look into it, and you don't have to spend a lot of money into this.
Actually, yes. Like, for example, if your campaign budget is $100,000, it means that you're preparing to run an ad for a campaign. It means that you have to target some unnecessary demographics in order for that 100,000 to spend evenly. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. If you just spend that 100,000 into categorizing how you want to market it. Some could be for ads, some could be for social media. That's a different thing, but they all put their one big budget into doing one thing, and it's very often that it works. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm sure it works for someone out there, and it's definitely a strategy, so I wouldn't say it's a total fail, but it's a misconception if you're saying that it's 100% success and it will guarantee you success all the time. So
I've seen so many agencies just pitching their businesses or clients just to get like a good commission, you can say.
Yeah, because they make it look so fancy, right?
That's true.
People think, oh, they're so fancy, but I mean, as a consumer or as somebody who's just absorbing information from the internet, I need a solution to a problem.
That's true.
And that's where an ad will come into play. I don't care if the advertisement is fancy. I want to see if the ad is conveying a solution to my problem.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And with the ad, which brings actually to my sixth myth. Short form content is always better than the long form content. So should there be short ads or should there be long ads?
Short ads. all the way.
Okay.
I am a huge proponent of short ads, and again, let's talk about content on a more comprehensive level. Instagram Reels. I mean, it's a huge slap in our face, in every marketer's face. It's right in your face. Reels are doing so much better than an actual Instagram video or like a YouTube video. Even Reels on YouTube, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like the short Reels, yeah. People view those Reels so much more, and I have personally, like, I was reading an article recently and it said that 49%, like that's actually a number that I remember, of people, of social media influencers are now shifting the trend. They're shifting towards this trend of asking brands to collaborate upon short-term content. So making Reels, making Instagram Reels or YouTube Reels, as opposed to long-term videos. Because no one's looking at those anymore. Nobody has the time.
That's true, but I think that it depends upon platform to platform actually. So if you're doing YouTube, it's just that you would be needing long-form content for some reasons. Depends upon the content you're creating. Maybe you're creating a tutorial to fix something that if you show it in a short span of time, like in the format of shorts or reels, the person might miss some details that should be there. So I think that it depends upon platform to platform. If it's short content should work better on the long.
And that combined with the fact what purpose is your ad serving and to whom it is catering, right?
That's
So
true.
all of those things combined, I think they play a huge factor in determining whether short-term content is going to be better for you or long-term content. But again, there's no guarantee that a 25-minute video will do better than a 25-second Reels, because I still think somehow a Reels will do better.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, in this day and age, since the attention span of the Gen Z is shortening,
Oh yeah.
so, the reels are gonna play a much better role. But for example, my point here to say is that it depends upon the platform. You might be into fixing cars, for example, and you're making content about it. So if you make a long format video, that would be really helpful as opposed to a short format video. But on the other hand, if you're willing to run your advertisement on a television, then you can't expect a viewer to watch it more than 30 seconds. So
That's
it
correct.
depends upon the platform, depends upon the product or service you're trying to deliver to your audience, and also your audience. The Gen Z or the newer people, you can say, as there's a new term in the market, the newer people.
The newer people,
The
is that
newer-
it?
Yeah, the
Right.
newer people.
It's so hard to keep up with everything these days.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's why we have this podcast, right?
That's true, yeah. But we'll keep you updated. But all my point is that the newer people, if you are targeting them, then it should be a short form content always, because the attention span is like crazy these days.
Yeah, well, and I think that brings us to a conclusion of all of our marketing misconceptions, some of the myths that we talked about. But TJ, just to end it on a good note, what would you say is a common understanding when one looks at all of these misconceptions these days?
I believe that it's more of a trial and error game.
Oh yes.
Because myths, I believe, because we have worked in the industry for so long and we know that these are myths, but for someone, these could not be myths. So we're not stating that these are the facts. There's a big difference between facts and myths. These are the myths, but we have believed them not to be true, because we often come across with some situations that 90% of the time these myths just don't work. It's just baseless. I mean, like, it's illogical. It's just to prove the younger generation of marketers who are coming to do a set of things a set way, instead of breaking the rules and exploring new concepts and ideas to market things.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. I think this is a good time for us to now, invite you to indulge in your own experiences when it comes to marketing, tap into new strategies, look at your goals, and always, make sure that you're doing your research as a marketer. I think that's the most imperative thing for you to undertake, doing your research and also getting to know your demographic. As long as you're doing these two things, no facts or myths will come into play, because then you exactly know what you're looking for. And as long as you know what your end goal is, you'll know how to reach there. Trial and error is just a part of your journey. Yeah, and that brings us to the end of this podcast. We hope you guys found it useful, and these myths will help you navigate your path as a digital marketer in today's day and age. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.
So,